Yeah. YouTube! What's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're here to talk about from season 4, episode 5. If you've been in this channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise. 3 favorite scenes. The grade. And then we on to the next one, right? So again, this is going to be from season 4, episode 5. My opinion is going to be a little bit spoilers. So if you guys seen the episode, of course you're here for a reason. If you guys haven't seen the episode, pause this video, go watch the episode, then come back and check out everything then, because I don't want to spoil too much for you. I'm gonna go into detail, but I'm not gonna just talk about every single thing, but I'm gonna go into detail. All right, so that's your warning. All right. So in this episode, we pick up from the last episode. We have a situation where we see Boyd and Jade. They're picking up where he had Jade took the shrooms, or the magic mushrooms, however you want to say. And from there, he ends up seeing a vision of himself. He sees a vision of himself as a young kid. And then from there, he ends up seeing many visions of himself, his former lives, okay? We also pick up with the situation with Tabitha, you know, and Ethan, and, you know, they're still there, and they're in the area where they were at last time with the lake. They ended up pulling up the nets, and it was like some dolls in there, right? And we end up finding out that Tabitha knows about these dolls. They actually were her dolls in a previous life that she had. It was something about a guy that was with her. I don't know if it was her father at that time or whatever it was, but there was a guy that was with her, and he didn't like the dolls. He said that they gave him nightmares, so he took the dolls and threw them in the lake that they're at. Eventually he died, and then his nightmares became reality. So the dolls actually, you know, grew to form, just like they do in this episode. We also pick up with the situation with Mario and Christy and Sophia. And Sophia is getting her arm fixed because of, you know, she broke it in the last episode. She's getting her arm fixed, and then she ends up playing this trick on Mario, and she touches Mario without her kind of like knowing, or just without Mario realizing that because Sophia touched her that this is what happened. But because Sophia touched her, she ends up putting her in the back into the chains. Like, you know, she ended up having like this premonition of her being back in the chains again. And so this is another thing showing us that, you know, this man in yellow, or Sophia, has either been behind all the negative stuff that's going on in this town, either that, or he's part of it. You know what I'm saying? We still don't know everything, but we're obviously being revealed. Things are being revealed to us that, you know, he's a big part of all the negativity that goes into this town, from the past to now. But you see throughout the episode, Sophia is still kind of messing with Mario as well. And then Mario kind of says this thing about, like, you know, whatever is here is ancient and is feeding off of our fears and torment and everything like that. Then you have, I would say, those are really like the most important things that happen in the episode. There is another situation where you pick up with Henry and Victor, and, you know, Henry is still very distraught about what he found out, you know, that happened to his wife, the man in yellow eating his wife. He goes to get some liquor. He drinks the liquor. He gets really, really drunk, and he starts playing the piano in the townhouse, and everybody's kind of like around him. It's kind of like first they're like they're digging what's going on, but then after a while they kind of become worried. Kenny ends up coming to help Victor to get Henry into his room so he can go to sleep, because he's like super drunk, bro. He's super drunk. So from there, Kenny asks, Victor, like, what's going on with Henry? Like, what was he talking about? He ate your mom, or he did something to your mom or something like that. And then he explains to Kenny about the man in yellow actually eating, his mom. And that's how she ended up dying in the past. So yeah, and then we do have a situation where I will say that those dolls, they end up trying to after Tabitha realizes that these were her dolls and that they're kind of bad, like they grew to be monsters. She tries to tell everybody to put it back in the lake and try to make it succumb to the water and sink back down to the bottom, but they're not able to do that, I guess, and they end up popping up and they end up like wreaking havoc, bro. So that's basically the whole story. We do find out that Jade also does get the knowledge that he needs when he's taking this trip with the shrooms. At the end of it all, he ends up being in the caves with the monsters. He gets buried under the stone and he sees one of the kids and they say Ankui. From there, I guess he's getting his knowledge as far as where he needs to do to save the town, to fix everything, right? That's how the episode ends. And it ends up being that he didn't even go nowhere. This was just really all in his mind. But that's how the episode ends. Three of my favorite scenes, I would have to say, would be with Jade and Boyd, whether it was real or it wasn't. Him seeing his past lives, him seeing his younger version of himself as well, and all of that leading into the caves towards the end of the episode. That was, just that the whole trip was crazy. It was crazy. So that would be one of my favorite scenes. My second favorite scene would have to be the dolls when they come to life. I didn't know it was going to look as good as it did. It actually looked pretty well. The CGI effects and everything like that, it actually looked pretty well. I thought it kind of looked clunky in the trailers, but seeing it actually play out, it did look good. And then the havoc that they cause, what I'm saying? These things have sharp teeth. These things are strong. It actually burns one of the people that Donna brought two villagers along with them. And it burned one of the females' face. The doll burnt one of the females' face. And then the other doll actually like stuck his hand through the other guy's mouth and like killed him. So it's crazy, bro. So that was my second favorite scene. My third favorite scene, I would say every week has been this, but there's always Sophia, just the character of Sophia like really amps this show up. And seeing her like doing everything she does, like playing with people, what I'm saying, even though she's still trying to be good in disguise, what I'm saying, like it's really crazy. But her messing with Mario and showing even more to us that she has been she has been behind the events from the past to now, but also just really letting us know, and the events that are present that's going on with Mario, or with probably even Randall and stuff like that. It's probably been from the Man in Yellow, or / Sophia. But seeing her, get back into the chains again, like really messing with her brain. This was a traumatic situation that happened to her when that happened. So to have her go back into it kind of broke her character back down. And it was crazy. So that was my three favorite scenes. The grade for this episode, I think it was really strong. Like I said, the first two episodes I really liked. They were like super high, and then 3 and 4 were a little bit lower, but they still were good. This episode kind of like ramps it back up to like where it was for like episode 1 and 2 for me. So for the grade for this, I'm gonna give it a 9 point. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. It was definitely strong. It was definitely strong. No, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. 9.5. All the stuff that we found out, all the stuff that happened in the episode, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. So 9.5. All right. If you guys saw the episode, what were some of your favorite scenes? What did you guys think about the episode? Out of the 5 episodes that have been released, what is your favorite one? Have all the episodes like continued to ramp up, or some of them died down, or is it even kill? What is it for you guys? Let me know. Also, just because of the fact, like, Sophia is such a the character is so strong, and the actress that plays her is so strong. We're really seeing her chops, her acting chops on here. I would hope that we do get to see Doug as the Man in Yellow really, see his acting chops either within this season or by the next season. And if we don't, I would definitely love a spin-off show to see him do what he can do as an actor, because I know he's a good actor, and I know he can play the Man in Yellow well. And I love Sophia and what she's doing and everything like that, but I also want to see the Man in Yellow, see his portrayal of it. But Sophia's killing it. Like I said, every time I've been doing my favorite scene for episode, she's been in it. So yeah, I'll say that. Let me know what you guys thought about that too. Like, would you like to see, more portrayal of the Man in Yellow as the Man in Yellow, or would you like to see the Man in Yellow still portrayed as Sophia? Let me know about that. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Hype up the video if you can. I'll be back here with more reviews, especially for From, and then everything else as well. So stay tuned. All right. Please remember, yeah, like I said, just please just like, subscribe, and share. But anyways, until next time, I'm out.